This is Super Saiyan God. Here I go.
I am SHINJIITSU 369, and this is our hidden potential system video for physical Super Saiyan God Goku, my personal favorite unit in all of Dokkan. In this hidden potential system video, we're going to break down the unit's full kit and talk about where Goku gets in and fits in on the different teams around the game. Then we'll go into the hidden potential system and discuss how best to build out this Goku in order to get the most out of him and the different types of hidden potential builds that you might go with. Then we'll go into an event, we'll go into a battle, and we'll test them out. We'll see how many times Goku can perform a critical hit, perform an additional attack, or get an evasion. Thank y'all for checking this one out. I'm excited because this is my favorite character, and I think that there's an argument to be made that this is actually the best all-around character in Dokkan. Now, right now, obviously we have the big three, right? Bulma, Future Gohan, and Piccolo, which I actually think is dope, right? Like right now in Dokkan, the top three best characters is a Earthling, Namekian, and a Hybrid Saiyan. So we got a little bit of diversity going on. One really good thing about this guy, like other really good characters, is you don't have to go over here and read this whole kit to know how he works. He is effective, he is defensive, he is important, but above all else, he's simple, right? So I'm not going to take you through reading all this, doesn't make sense. But let's just kind of quickly talk about the basics, right? He leads pure and hybrid Saiyans. He'll give the extra 30% to Explosion of Anger or Power of Wishes. Now, pure Saiyan, hybrid Saiyan, and Power of Wishes gives you a plethora of characters. They're constantly adding to Power of Wishes. The 8th anniversaries are on Power of Wishes. Super Saiyan 4 Full Power Goku is on Power of Wishes, right? So all these Saiyan characters that also have Power of Wishes work really well with this unit. I will say the only thing is him having Warrior Gods as a link, that does kind of limit him in terms of like the really difficult content and getting all of his links to activate. But there are ways around that, different ways to build him. He does raise his attack and defense. He stacks on super, so that's really good. The more attacks you get, the more defense, the more offense that he has access to. Now, when it comes to this man's kit, right, how he actually works, super simple. This is all you need to know. Does he have a transformation, everything? Yes. Who cares? You will never use that. I'm telling you right now, don't you ever use that transformation. The only way you use that is if you're about to die, the enemy has really low health, because the transformation is also an active skill attack. That's the only time that'll really come in handy. Other than that, you gotta just stay with this guy, Goku. Goku needs orbs, right? So he's gonna come in, as long as you have a team of super class characters, meaning 6 super class characters, he'll get the intro animation and he'll change key spheres, you know, for the first several turns. And he's changing them to physical, which obviously he needs. Now, if Goku gets 3 physical key spheres, he adds to himself an additional 30% chance to evade an attack, and he also gives himself further attack and defense. He also gets an automatic additional super. So 3 orbs is really easy to get. He already has a baseline evasion of 30%, so he's going to be around 60% evasion. Gets the additional to build that defense. I mean, this man is doing it all even at 55%. Now, what you want is the 6 orbs. The 6 orbs grants you guard. So you get the extra attack and defense, you get the extra evasion, but then you get the guard. This is a defensive character. I'm going to say it again. This character is defensive. I am going to make a new video just talking about hidden potential system and the state of the game, because as the game changes, evasion is going to become a lot more important. We can see that right now. All the toughest bosses we can evade. Once upon a time, right, you couldn't evade nobody. You can't evade legendary Goku or none of that stuff. You couldn't evade Broly, right? The most difficult content in the game. Evasion was not an option. So you kind of had to take that into consideration whenever you were, you know, taking a team in to battle them. But right now, the most difficult content does allow you to evade, which tremendously raises the value of this God Goku right here. You basically want 6 orbs. He's on a ton of teams. Got him level 10 links here. He's on a ton of teams, as you can tell here, right? All the teams that any God Goku or any realm of Gods Goku is on, he's basically on. Really good thing about this guy though is he's on movie heroes. That other God Goku we have, right? The Ant God Goku, he's not on movie heroes because this is from the Dragon Ball Super anime. But this guy is on movie heroes. So that even brings more value to that team there. Now you have to remember that this guy is defensive. Building him out for crit is going to be a choice. And you know, once 5 turns have elapsed, you can turn into the Super Saiyan Goku. This is the only Super Saiyan Goku on Realm of Gods. So that is interesting, right? On Super Saiyan and Realm of Gods. Well, I guess besides, you know, the transforming Super Saiyan Goku. But I'm saying like the other way. He starts as God and he goes to Super Saiyan. It does result in an active skill attack, and then he does have crit built into this form. But I'm telling y'all right now, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to use this guy. It's a very weird thing that they decided to make this version of Goku right here leagues and above the transform version, but I digress. That's kind of how Goku works, right? You're gonna throw him in on the new worldwide download celebration, Blue Goku and Vegeta's team, 200% over there. You're gonna throw him on any team that, you know, has Power of Wishes, Pure Saiyans, Realm of Gods, but he's gonna fit in basically anywhere, right? The reason why I think there's a case to be made, this is one of the best characters, if not the best character. It's not just what he does in game all the time. You know, obviously every single event is not going to be great for him. If he goes against a really strong STR enemy or just some of the more powerful enemies in the game and he doesn't build up, it'll still be tough. But this guy leads pure and hybrid Saiyans. That's like over 50% of the game, way over 50% of the game. And he meshes well in terms of links with basically every single Saiyan character. He's changing key spheres for the team. And this is one of those rare characters, you know, as y'all continue to play the game, running 2 leaders that are the same character sometimes bogs down the team. Like sometimes it actually works out to bring one unit as your leader and then another unit that leads the team, but it's not that same character. Kind of works out better for the flow. This Goku right here though, run 2. Hell, I would run 3 if I could. All that dodge, all that guard, all that defense, all the key sphere changing, moving the key spheres around for others too. Like, this guy is so valuable. Even at 55%, I will say with dupes at the rainbow level, he is like way better. His defense feels a lot more reliable, and his evasion, when you're able to build that out, feels a lot more reliable with dupes. But even at 55%, this guy's a monster, right? You take yours at 55% if you only got 1 copy, take a friend at rainbow, you'll be just fine. And you know, one transforms, you can link it up next to the other. Good in Super Battle Road. I mean, this guy's good everywhere. Red Zone, Super Battle Road, you know, obviously Dokkan events, virtual Dokkan Battlefield, all that stuff is easy. But the most difficult stuff in the game, he is great for. So love this God Goku, love the design, love the art, love this SSR art. I mean, look at this. That's gorgeous. This is just a beautiful character. So I have a lot of fun playing with this guy. I basically bring him everywhere that I can. And I gotta be straight up with y'all. Since Red Zone Fusion Zamasu and the Shadow Dragon event, I've had to revamp a lot of my hidden potential characters that I previously built out for crit and additional. A lot of those characters I had to completely get rid of crit and just dump in additional, especially to my Int characters like that Int Majin Vegeta or any characters like that, right? Like I really had to circumvent my build. And just so you guys know, in order to change out the build of the natural hidden potential, not equipment, but the natural hidden potential, you need to use either 5 stones, and you can change 1 critical, evasion, or additional to whatever else is there. Or if you have an additional copy of that character, you can feed them in and it'll unlock that path, so you can change it up. So as the game goes, you might kind of find that you might have to change some of these characters, and that's okay, right? The game's ever evolving, and obviously we do have the equipment system. So either way, this guy's wonderful. Love this God Goku. Let's jump into his hidden potential and talk about different ways to build him out, but what I believe is the best way to use this guy. So looking at Kakarot's hidden potential here, before I had 30 additional, I had some dodge, but I also had a little bit of crit from the equipment, not from the potential, but from the equipment system, right? I had to change all of that, especially trying to do the no item run against Fusion Zamasu with Power Beyond Super Saiyan. It's the hardest mission I've ever tried to do. I'm going to try again actually here pretty soon, see if I can get that on tape for y'all, but that shit is almost like, it feels impossible. You need perfect RNG in order to beat Zamasu with the Power Beyond Super Saiyan team. It's kind of uncanny. But either way, what we're doing here is I've lowered it from 30 to 25, so he has a 50% chance to perform an additional attack. Because he's a physical unit, he gets a natural 5, which means I only needed to add 15 more additional via his natural dupes, hidden potential, and the equipment system. Then the rest I poured into evasion. Now you might think to yourself, he has a 30% to evade naturally, gets the extra 30% with 3 orbs. Like, if he's not going to dodge, he's not going to dodge. That's only a 16% chance. Put it in crit. I hear you. And if you want to build this guy out to crit additional and crit, you know, it's your game, it's your character, more power to you. But I'm telling you this, as the game continues to grow, I've noticed this, right? Only Saiyan difficult content prevents you from evading, it seems, right? So Broly, legendary Goku, both of them, legendary Vegeta, you can't dodge in any of those events in the final phase, right? Those are all Saiyans. As we continue to get more villains as bosses that we have to defeat, oftentimes I'm guessing they might not force them to lock our evasion. If that's the case, moving forward, it might really be more wise to look at putting evasion on your more defensive units. Now, when a character needs to receive hits to, you know, activate, like full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, no, don't obviously give him no evasion. Doesn't really make sense. But any characters that don't have damage reduction, don't have an insane amount of defense and guard or something built in that's going to allow for them to eat AoEs or just eat like a first turn super attack in that first slot, you've got to invest in some evasion. You have to, okay? So what I've done is here in the equipment system is this is a 3 additional 4 evasion, and then this right here is a 3 evasion and 5 additional. So my evasion is at 16% on top of the 60% evasion I'll get from getting 3 orbs. He has the guard. He's completely defensive. There's also times, right, where I have this Goku on rotation, and I'm glad he doesn't have crit because I don't want to finish the enemy. I need to get another super attack to build or receive more attacks with another unit. Like, it ends up working out that he doesn't do too much damage. Now, once he gets that 4th attack, he gets a further attack and defense boost that will put him far over 10 million as long as he has, you know, his real links like warrior gods and those type of links. Then he's hitting like a truck anyway. He can hit you for 13 million, 14, 15 million with the right support, right setup, 3 times in a row. 45 million damage this guy can do. If you put crit, he'll obviously do more, and some people's argument will be, well, you don't have to dodge if you just kill, but these bosses' health bars are so fat and so thick, ain't no way that a few crits from God Goku is gonna seal the deal. Now, obviously with additional, that can result in an additional normal, but I feel like because this Goku does automatically get the additional when you get the 3 orbs, that somehow it like makes it more likely for him to get that 3rd attack. I get that 3rd attack very frequently, and I imagine that a lot of you guys playing out there with this unit with dupes also, you know, are able to get additional attacks pretty frequently. Let me know in the comments below, how did you build out your Goku, and you know, how many additional attacks are you getting with him? One thing I will say, I haven't seen anyone not put in additional. I've seen additional in crit, I've seen additional in dodge. I have not seen like no additional crit and dodge or just all, you know, something stupid like that. I have not seen that. So people are at least on the same page about the additional, but it's hit or miss. Most friend Gokus I find in the friends list, the God Goku, they don't have any evasion, and it's a damn shame because that 60% is not enough, bro. Burter and Jace have 50% chance to evade, and I've given them 31 in the system. There's still attacks they won't evade, and I've still lost numerous extreme super battle roads, as y'all have seen on stream with that Burter, right? That 50%, 60%, it's great, but that little extra, I really think just kind of goes the extra mile. But that's just me. If you're gonna go ahead and build them out, let's say you get 1 dupe, I suggest that you build them like this, right? Pour a little bit into additional, give them some more additional in the equipment system with silver. I think that defense is good here. At rainbow level, this 7 defense puts him over 14,000, which is really stupendous defense. And then here we have a couple of evasions to give him an extra 6 in evasion. So at 69%, you would be looking at 5 naturally, then an extra 6, that's 11 additional, and then 6 evasion, which you can build up with the equipment system. Once you get to 79% or get 2 dupes that you fill out, you would hit this right here in order to fill out the duplicate. Then you go ahead here. Now you have some choices. 25 might be a little high. I understand. Maybe you want to go 20, give him more evasion, but I kind of like having that 50% chance. That's extra defense. And if he can get 3 like the first turn or even the second turn that he's around, then he's going to get that extra boost and his power will look even more incredible. So I think that additional is kind of the way to go. I put an extra 6 additional and then a little bit more evasion. I could change one of these to evasion, but like I said, I like having that 25, that 50% chance to perform additional attack. Now, you want to build him out for crit? Fine. But give him more additional. Don't overload him with crit. He's defensive. His point is not to do damage. You guys understand that? Maybe you don't. Benefit of the doubt, right? He does a lot of damage. His stat goes up there, but that's not the point of the unit. The point of the unit is to put him in that first slot, let Goku cook, and then let your second and third slot units, you know, those units who need to attack before getting attacked to be viable, he's there to provide them a shield. Do you understand? He's here sacrificing himself with the dodge, with the guard, with the additional attacks. He's putting himself in harm's way for your whole rotation. So you're going to put like your GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in that second rotation. Or you're going to put your, I mean, I really wouldn't suggest putting Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the second rotation unless there's enough attacks there. But all in all, what I'm saying is that this guy is defensive. So you have to keep that in mind. If you have to spend 10 stones and go down here and change these crits to evasions, do it. Give him better equipment. Make him defensive. Make him evade for all of us. So when we select you on the friends list, we can actually take a damn dub. I will say this though, right? Running 2 God Gokus, you can have one that evades, one that crits. So on one rotation, you have one that still gets dodge, still gets defense, but does more damage. On the other rotation, you can take that extra defense to kind of let things reset, calm down, and then get yourself back in order. But I digress. I've been talking for a long time on this. This is one of my longer hidden potential videos, clearly. But I really love this unit. I get so much value out of him. I think it's really cool that the top, you know, characters in the game is very diverse. Like I said, Namekian, Earthling, Hybrid Saiyan, and this guy I think is, I like him better than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I do. I like his team better. I like his mechanics better. To me, he's more clutch. I'm not trying to put him in harm's way to get a transformation. I'm just putting him in harm's way because that's where he goes. You know what I'm saying? So I like this guy better than Forku. I like this guy better than the 8th anniversary Buu Saga duo. I like this guy a little better than the STR GT duo. Like, do I like him better than Orange Piccolo Bulma or Future Gohan? I put him kind of in the same category. Future Gohan is limited by his leader skill, but besides that, he's a god. Bulma is also limited to teams, but she's a god. Piccolo is the #1 hero, right? He's Orange Piccolo. He's OP. But I digress. This guy right here is the god. He's the god holding everything together. God Goku. My favorite character. I hope you guys enjoyed this hidden potential system breakdown. What we're going to do now is go into a battle. Let's go against Cell Max. See how many times Kakarot can perform that additional and get an evasion. Now keep this in mind. I'm not transforming to this character. I don't care. I don't think that makes sense in this video. Why? I could do it just for the, you know, just for the footage, but you're not going to use this guy. By the time that, you know, he gets to the point where you would transform with him, once again, the only reason why you would possibly use this transformation is to get an active skill attack kill, right? You've been stacking up with God Goku, you transform and do the active skill attack, the, you know, stop destroying my world, what he did in the realm of, what he did in the Battle of Gods film against Beerus. When you do that and you get that cool attack, does a crit, all that's good, but that's really the only reason, right? So you're going into that final Fusion Zamasu fight. You're going into the physical type, right? You're going to change to this guy? Hell no, you're going to get cooked. You're going to get cooked, boy. Don't do that. Leave him. Now, you get into that last phase. You're about to take 5 hits in the first slot. You got no health. You got this active skill Fusion Zamasu has like half of his last bar, and I mean half of his last bar. If he even has the whole bar of his last bar, you're not going to win. You got to have half of that bar. You can take that dub, not take no damage. That's how you use this guy. But besides that, you're going to be running the God, the King, the Amazing, the Lustrous, the Beautiful, the Vivacious. I can think of adjectives all day. But Goku, let me see what you got to say.
We've reached this world together.
これがスーパーサイヤ人ゴッド。こんな世界があったなんてよ。 一丁やってみんか。ありゃー、だだだだだだだ、くたばっちまえ。まだまだ行くぞ。こっちだ。
This is Super Saiyan God! And take this! There's more! How about this? Behind you! I'll be sure to visit your grave! How's this? I'll finish this right now! I'm really getting pumped here!